What's going on, Leo? I'm feeling silly today, Leo. And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having the most wonderful birthday season. Happy birthday, 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 birthday. I really hope you're enjoying yourself, Leo, during your birthday season. If you have a birthday this week, actually, my stepdad's birthday just passed just the other day, Leo. So, bam, Leo energy. And I actually just hung out with a couple Leos not too long ago. So look at that, Leo, just sun energy all over the place. I bet it was lit. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Leo. Always, but especially during your birthday season. And it keeps us going. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself. I promise I'm not this much all the time. And I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Cause it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, that was the most active one I've done there, Leo. So look at that little action for your birthday. But with this weekly spread, whenever we have, or whenever you, and I guess I'll check it out too, but whenever we happen to get it, wow, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you. You can leave some of the birthday shenanigans with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Leo. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. Before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below for some links for some other readers that I like watching as well, Leo. So hopefully you like them. Very cool energy that they bring. I'm actually thinking about adding a Leo to the mix here. I'm still debating on that one, but hang tight there, Leo. But actually, Leo, let's check in with ourselves, because you got the 6th card of Virgos here, which is the Sap card. And with this card, this is a card of resources, need of materials, flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded, roots, abundant, physical health, and life force. And the energy that's coming through here, Leo, is the essence of life. And, I mean, that's very appropriate for your sign, because you're ruled by the sun. I mean, you bring about an enthusiasm. You breathe life into things, Leo. And listen, I know, and listen, this is all the Leo energy in my chart, and I know I can over-exaggerate a little bit, but you really can, when the time calls for it. You've been around seeing it, Leo, when it's like when someone's down, you can always be there to, by the end, after dealing with that, being in your energy, they can't help but feel a little more upbeat than they were when you first came into your, or before they came into your zone. And so I feel like that there is a really appreciating that. And it's not that you don't already do, but I really feel like that just pay attention to the areas that you really do bring sunlight in, and how you really just like how that there's something here about like how naturally that when you're in your element, how that really affects others. It really is. It's a really wonderful gift, because to even be associated with the 5th house, the most positive house of the 12 houses, it's just like of creativity and love, romance, and that's something too, Leo. Just thinking with the Sap card, I feel that where you are very naturally upbeat, and have that enthusiasm, but there are times where that energy, especially when not being mindful of what situations we put ourselves in, or maybe even the people that we surround ourselves with, that can kind of leech away from that. And where you do have this boundless energy, that constant drainage on there does wear you down over time. At first it may not seem as much, but it just like it's, because a thing too, with your sign. It's just like that you do like fun, and however that, however that means, and sometimes that outlet, may not be the best, and we just want to be mindful of the energy of, we're expending our energy, our vitality, our life force, Leo, because the sun fuels the chart, especially if you have a rising Leo, your sun, where whatever the sun is doing, that's really that's heating up your whole chart there, Leo. So yeah, it's really something to think about there. Because I mean, it's really too, just when you really kind of think about it, the sun being in its natural sign. I mean, that's freaking cool. So let's um let's get some tarot on this, Leo. Oh, how interesting. All right, Leo. She was at the bottom of the deck when I was doing the pre-shuffle. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, and the Empress. I love it, Leo. I do like this, Leo, because you have the Empress, the Hermit, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Disc Pentacles in this deck, and then the Five of Disc here. There's a lot to process, Leo. I feel like that for some, that there is this need of kind of getting in the routine of more so taking care of your energy. I feel that it's been, maybe things have been moving kind of fast as of late, Leo, or maybe we've been even kind of been moving things along because the Five of This can be a card of worry here, and maybe there's something we're worried about, some area that we might be unstable in. Maybe this is our finances, maybe this is our relationships, maybe this is our confidence, but there's something here that's lacking, that I feel, yeah, just with this Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, it's like we're fleeing away from something. It could be however this is looking. It could be jumping into new relationships. Maybe it's indulging in some sort of escapism. It's, anything to still feel like, But I feel like, Leo, if we are in this state of worry, or if there's something that we've been kind of like running away from, or something along those lines. I feel like there's something like, and it may, it's just like something we're not quite dealing with, or that we're sort of we keep putting on the back burner here. That's like, and it's like, I feel like the longer that it's being shoved down here with the Hermit, the more that this stuff is kind of festering here with the Queen of Cups. Because with the Queen of Cups in this deck, I really like her. She's a very very interesting figure, because she's the type is Cancer energy, and she's the type that takes on the energies of the other cards. She's impressionable to the energies, and I feel like with her being with the Empress really represents kind of that sense of balance too. She rules over Libra and Taurus, and she comes through with this sense of balance and stability. And the thing, though, if there's something here that's kind of creeping in that we're not dealing with, that kind of sullies those waters, it gets tough to undo those things. It gets harder once that stuff really gets ingrained. And I don't know, Leo. There's something really about, like, if you've noticed that there's something has become like a habit, or kind of come into like in something, or not a habit, but it's like we're making the routine of like avoiding something. There we go. There's more so like of an avoidance kind of here. Something that, again, that's like we're keeping deep down, but we know that we have to deal with this thing. And I feel like once you really start maybe facing this stuff, we'll be able to have this newer start, or be able to have this, like, we can actually, some growth and some wisdom and some healing can be done with this thing. But I don't know, Leo. I am kind of getting, just with the Sap card, and with the, and this isn't health advice, but I do feel like that there is a need to just kind of make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Getting in that, if we've maybe haven't been moving the body as of late. Maybe we've been kind of in a hermit mode where, and I get that, things get busy with work. We're zipping all over the place, There's next project, next thing, life is just kind of throwing you changes all over the place. But just making sure that we are kind of paying attention because the Queen of Cups and the Empress coming out, that's very nurturing energy, and the Empress is a culmination of the queens. And I feel like when you have like especially kind of in this situation, when you have the Empress and like maybe like a single queen or some queens that are there, it's like these are the areas that we may need to focus on at this time. That because even the Empress always has growth that she can do, and I just feel like there's something here about really just kind of taking care of ourselves, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that, Leo, just to keep that sunlight at optimum shine. Make sure you're protecting that energy and kind of going within and checking to see how that light is shining. Server's still happier as a server been feeling kind of down as of late because you've been feeling down as of late, Leo. Because I will say there is it's an interesting energy to see when the Leo's kind of feeling in a down kind of state, and now and it's only little pockets when I feel like you'll catch it, but when you catch it, it does kind of it's different. So I feel like make sure that we're just kind of checking in, Leo. All right, Leo. Hopefully that made sense. That was a that was a whole lot there. But let's get some tea. Well, let's get some more. And Venus is retrograde in your sign there, Leo, and will be till about September. So, this is a good time for, doing a little introspection on your birthday as well. Nothing wrong with that. Go treat yourself, But we'll see what's going on here because you got the third card of Capricorns, which is the crack shot card. And with this is a card of competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, skilled, excel, arrogant, and first class. And the energy that's coming through here is witty. And I like that, Leo, because maybe this is for some, like, what a great way to restore your essence of life by filling your world with more laughs, and that's another thing that with Venus being in your sign, this is folks, and if we're not really have been enjoying life, you haven't been feeling that kind of like carpe diem, let's go seize the day and go see what exciting things are out there. Maybe again, if we've been kind of hermiting, it's just like, how can we get out there and do that thing, Leo, have that fun, because I don't even necessarily feel like that it's because I remember we were just kind of talking about this not too long ago, where it's like kind of being that wit and being the life of the party, because you are a very funny sign, Leo. You have that entertaining, gregarious type of energy. So but I almost feel like that is just more so just like being amongst maybe more kind of, even just think with the Queen of Cups, Empress, even kind of Hermit here, just like more sort of like more intimate friends, someone's who really kind of know you, kind of have those good jokes, that, from back then, reminisce on what's been going down, or, the good old days, and then talk about what we've been doing here as of recently, the things that the challenges we've been going through, the loves that we may have experienced with the Empress being here, or even the stuff, but just doing some things, just feeling your life, because I feel that really does fuel you, Leo, and it feels all of us, really, because Capricorn energy is very much about getting to work and doing that achievement and things along those lines. It's not all just work all the time. There is a time to, do some stuff that that fulfills you, as far as like, and work can fulfill you too, but just more so that it's doing more stuff for yourself, going to like maybe like I don't know, a jazz club came in my head, but going to a jazz club, or maybe even just like you can even have some fun in the garden there, Leo. We're gardening, we're going to see jazz. It's a lot going on here, Leo, but there could be a lot more going on, and again, it's your birthday season. This is a time of great fun. The sun is at home. The sun is he's feeling himself. So it's just like, be yourself, Leo. Be fun, be authentic, enjoy what life has to has to bring you here. But let's get some tarot on this. Oh, I love it. And there's your ruler. Oh, and this is one of my favorite things to do, Leo. Let's see what's going on here. You'll see what in a second. Because you have the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Prince of Disc, the Moon. Wow, Leo, the Moon and the Sun. Come on. That's fantastic. And so, one that's just fantastic. Like, I almost kind of feel like with this, because when we just had the full moon in it was in your opposite sign, Aquarius, not too long ago, and maybe for some it's like maybe we have been thinking about hmm because the full moon's a time of celebration. I feel like really the full moon in Aquarius is really about celebrating kind of like the friendships that you have formed. Because that's what Aquarius is about. It's more where your sign is kind of like about the. I was just reading about this not too long ago. Kind of like how they put this. It's like how your sign is kind of about the heart in the present moment. Aquarius is about the mind and the future, and I feel like this energy is very much kind of thinking about kind of one. It's like almost like a one, like how your energy, because even when the sun just pops up in the reading, the reading instantly gets brighter. And it's just like how your energy really does. I think it's understand like the idea of how that really does kind of change things. Like I'm not. It's very interesting how to put that here, because I feel like for some there may be this sense of possibly like a self. I'm getting like a self confidence things or something along those lines, Leo. But if I feel like maybe we don't feel that we do as much for people as we realize that we do, or something. The Seven of Swords, with the Moon card, both can be cards of deception in a way, but it's when we start seeing through those deceptions and really start changing the ideas of ourselves. And this may be something that may take a little while if we have been feeling kind of in this low sort of self-esteem thing or not. It's very interesting what's coming through, Leo, but it does get easier. The more we work on this stuff, maybe it does, changing that mindset. And just thinking with the moon and the sun too, this gives me like a sense of change, or something here. Because even when you let me get a little bit more with the moon, Leo. Oh, a lot of Sagittarius energy. I'm with it. So you have the Knight of Wands, and then you have the Art card, which is Sagittarius' card here. And I feel like for some others, okay. That's fascinating. I feel like for some others, there's this energy of. Have you ever Leo, when you've had that thing of like where you're, because yours again is a creative sign, and it's not that you have to make creativity like your main focus as far as like pursuing like an art or thing, but just at least having a hobby, and I feel like that there is this energy of, when you make art, your energy gets revitalized in a sense. When you're, and art can be even just like making like just like telling your stories, you know, of like your adventures and your things along those lines, because you know you can throw that flair on there, Leo. And and I don't know, there's I'm it's cause we're still kind of, it's still giving me some kind of weird sort of self-confidence thing or something like that, where it feels like maybe for some we've been kind of chipping away, something's been chipping away at us, or that there's this anxiety, maybe even here, or something along those lines, that's kind of kind of slowing us down a little bit or something like that, instead of we're hmm I think I'm gonna get out of that, Leo. But I hope that if you find, hopefully find a little nugget in there, because it does feel like it's more kind of like a little self-esteem booster that was might have been needed maybe for some here. Hmm. And kind of one more thing, Leo. I kind of feel like there's this energy of, because the Knight of Disc, I feel like he's a type that's, or excuse me, but he's a Knight of Disc, but Prince of Disc in the Thoth deck. But the Prince of Disc is the type that, there's something about investing here, as far as like investing in ourselves in a sense, and really like really kind of seeing like what kind of energy that you can bring, Leo. Like there's because you know, oh, this is one thing I was gonna show you, Leo, because you know where I feel like, you know, it's like someone to keep the sunlight kind of bottled in here with this hermit, but the nice thing about the sun's not meant to be caged in, Leo. Look at how bright you're shining, giving a glare off there. It's meant to shine bright. I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. I'm not. I think I'm trying to force it. There's something else in there, just about doing something that's just more natural to you, or hmm, or not. There's something that we're maybe even like a skill that we might even be. Maybe if we have like an idea for something, and it's like a skill that we're calling it this, when really it's this, Leo. You know, the only like one example that I can think of is that, and I'm gonna get out of this, I promise. The one example I can think of is that I used to have, when I was younger, I would have some people tell me that I should be a comedian, and I never done anything of it. Because it's like where I can be funny in the moment, give you like quick one-liners and things like that. It just like thinking about it now, like sure I could probably do something. It's like, but I want to do something with that. I don't know, but it's something like that, Leo. It's, and you probably do the same kind of thing. You probably just, I don't know, but like whatever. So like, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, and I'll do the same, Leo. I'll practice what I preach as well. Let's get your last oracle card. Oh, I love it, Leo. So efficient. You're just trying to get out of here. I get it. So you got the seventh card of Libras, which is the biker card. I love this card. This is a card of lone wolf style, impervious, nonconformist, standing up, breaking rules, brotherhood, enjoy the ride, loves freedom, make it or moving on, outlaw, maverick, swift actions, and need for speed. And speaking of that full moon there, Leo, in Aquarius, is the energy that popped through as a nonconformist. And I almost feel like with this nonconformist, just how I was talking about with like how the, because this little scarab beetle here, Leo, in this scenario, this is you. Just hang with me, because that's what that little scarab beetle's carrying is the sun, because all the moon wants to do is reflect that sunlight, and then reflect it as bright and as brilliant as it can for all the zodiac. I don't know if you can see on this card, but there's every zodiac around here wanting to see what the sun is bringing, and I feel like for some that there is this energy that either we are diminishing our light, or that there was a situation that maybe that diminished that, or that and we took it on with the Queen of Cups, and it's come to heart, and every time we think about this thing we get this sense of anxiety or worry that how are we going to make this a routine here, because just thinking you got the sun and Virgo here, the Hermit, and then the Eight of Disc is the sun in Virgo. So I almost feel like there's even this energy of, it's just like like trying to figure out how to ground maybe an idea or something along those lines, and it's been chipped away and it was chipped away, and then we got to this place of where we're just like, well, forget about it. It's going to be too much work. It's going to be too much this. It's going to be too much. And yeah, it is a lot of work. I feel like when we are pursuing the dreams, that aspect is right. But I feel like the idea that if you've been in this place where you feel like you can't get it done, or that it's not meant for you to, or maybe even get in the sense of like we were told that we're not meant to maybe not shine as bright, or maybe to kind of like dim it down, or like people are gonna look at you or something along those lines, when it's just like you want to really be your authentic self, because we're getting into the age of your opposite sign here, and these next 20 years, depending on where your Leo placements are, and this is going to be next year, at the beginning of January, where Pluto starts making his move, and it's going to be forming oppositions with your Leo placements, and oppositions are, they bring polarity. They bring some challenges, and Pluto's a little, he's kind of a bully sometimes, but all that to say, Leo, this is an energy of choosing what you want to do and really shining bright and being your authentic self, finding that confidence to be brilliant, to know the difference between two, because one thing that people like to talk about with your sign is the sense of egotistical, and listen, when you're good at something, that's just fact, but there is a way that we can go about it where it's still confident, but it's not braggadocious, you know what I mean, Leo? But let's get some tarot on this. Look at that success. We're getting a game with 9 of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. That's Venus and Virgo. You're already in your Empress energy. So look at you already. Look at that, fast ahead of the game. Oh, let me the rest of your cards. All right, Leo. It's gonna last a little bit here. Oh, look at all this success and victory. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. And Libra. I love it. And I love that too, because Venus rules over Libra. This is because things are falling together nicely here, Leo. So you have the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Disc, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Disc. Right, you got a whole stack here. And then you got the Adjustment card. And then let's switch back over. Because with this energy here, Leo, I do feel like there is, I don't know, there's this, I feel like especially for some, if we've been doubting if we can get something started, maybe we've been wanting to move, or maybe you want to, I don't know, even change like a diet. Maybe you don't, maybe, because again, this doesn't have to be just people telling you. This could be maybe ourselves getting in our way, like, or something along those lines. But if you've been feeling like that you can't complete anything, or that you can't be successful or as victorious, or it's the Adjustment card, can be a card of cause and effect. When there's an action that's taken, something, there's a reaction. And I feel that if we tell ourselves that, we can't do something, then there's a reaction as well. The energy slows down, and it slows down and slows down, and where the abundance doesn't go away, but it can become, the flow could be smoother, but it's going to depend on where our heads are at, as far as if we're getting into that place of, if we plant these ideas in our head that we can't do something, that something's futile, or anything along those lines, Leo. And again, if it's from someone or from ourselves, it is illusions, and our minds are powerful, and what we can accomplish. Because, there have been times where I'm sure, like, there's been something, like, real crazy that you thought you never could do, or anything, and, like, it just kind of feels like that there is an adjustment that needs to be made, in the sense of, like, being just, as far as just kind of, like, breaking the rules, and kind of, like, just, again, being yourself and expressing, because that's beautiful, Leo. Even when you think about Venus and Libra, just even as just like that, when Venus is in Libra, it's, we get into this energy of harmony and art and balance, and it's like for some, it's like doing these things for yourself to raise your vibration, and for others, it's like, and even when you're doing that, it's just like it's raising others as well, Leo. You really do have a certain ripple effect that I don't even. It can be sometimes it can be so small even, but it has a bigger impact in the long run, and I. Hmm. And for some, I even feel that there is some messages that you do want, and probably something that the world may need to hear. To especially if we're bringing, I don't know. It's like we're trying to bring some happiness here. We're trying to. Hmm. It's almost like I'm getting like a even like a teacher type of energy or something along those lines here, Leo. But hmm. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So I hope that made sense. Very, very interesting energy coming through here, Leo. Hmm. I like it. But if anything resonates with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Leo. If you know someone who's maybe, I'm not sure. It's just like there's. It's like if it's almost like that. There's this like almost like a facade type of energy. If you notice that, Leo, it's just kind of pay attention, Leo. Just but and so subscribe, Empress. Just subscribe, all you Empresses. Subscribe, hit that bell button if you haven't already, and you'll get notified on all these videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, talking about this hermit. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as the group grows, I'm going to start doing different guided meditations, healing things along those lines. I can start scheduling different group names, self care with the Empress, or going with them with the Hermit, all that good stuff, Leo. So, Lunar Shenanigans with the Moon, so definitely check that out. And then, lastly, speaking of lunar shenanigans, you got the lovely Queen of Cups here. If you got any Cancer in your placements, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, even when they're Pisces. I've been saying that a lot. The moon energy has been going around a little bit here, Leo. Now that because it's like that's so weird. It's like why do I keep saying that? And so lunar shenanigans and all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let's get out of here because the moon seems to be busy. And interesting, Leo. You got the lovers here. And with the lovers, I do feel for some that there is a need to communicate, because the lovers is Gemini energy, and I feel that there is that for some that would bring the heart some good, to just kind of connect. And again, it doesn't have to be with just going out, just being out and about. This could be just connecting with some friends here, but I do almost even feel like for some that there's this lovers is like a connection of a. It's almost like a part of us has been a little fractured, maybe, or been just kind of disconnected, or not quite feeling as. It's like you got one half of the puzzle here, the Empress, but we're missing the Emperor. Like there's something that's not quite, that's lined up, that's needing to. Let's get your oracle card here. But there's some sort of like a more kind of internal. Because I just feel like too to have. Oh wow, and just wow, that just kind of dawned on me too here, Leo. You got all the mutable signs. I want to say you got the Art card. Yeah, we got Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And if I didn't say Gemini, but that's even fascinating too, because the mutable signs are all about adaptability. And let me see what your card is. Interesting. So you have the Serpent card here, upright, Leo, and I almost feel like with this that there is, how do I want to put this? It's like there's the mutable signs are about adaptability. It's that flexible nature to be able to kind of shift and, very much kind of like a serpent, be able to kind of move and stuff. But I feel that there's something here about that more so kind of like connecting within. I feel like there's something here about, because even thinking about that, Leo, to have all four of them, you got like two. We were talking about the oppositions, right? Gemini's opposite of Sagittarius, Virgo's opposite of Pisces. So there's this integration of, I feel like, of a couple of things here that's needing to happen, an energy of you needing to be flexible, because there's probably some growth that's coming, some adjustments that are going to be made, maybe some changes that we're going to make in our routines or something along those lines here. But I do feel like that this is tapped, because the serpent gives me this kind of like a, kind of like that kundalini energy. It gives me something kind of, I'm not trying to be mysterious, Leo, hang with me. It's like this kind of ancient sort of energy, like something that we just haven't tapped into before, that you're and an awareness that is developing here. So, there's going to be a time where, we're going to be in a time of choices here. I feel like, Leos, and some situations where you're going to make some decisions that feel like they're going to pull you in different directions at first, but it's all going to start to integrate. It's I hope that makes sense. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So, you stay safe out there, Leo. And listen, I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. It's just like, life is all about changes. It's just that I do feel, it's getting you to, especially with the ruler being here, it's getting you to that highest vibration, Leo. So I feel you are, you're always protected by the sun. But, that there are going to be those challenges. There are going to be some dark times, when the sun sets, we got to, how we dealing with things, Leo. But you also raise your vibration through the roof with Hampers and the Queen of Cups being here. It's aggressive, Leo. But yeah, just make sure you're taking care of your energy, Leo. Especially when we talk about that sap card and things. And I will catch you on the next one later. Enjoy your birthday, Leo.